Hi, Drew Scholars. Mr. Christian back to read you today's Read Aloud. And the title for today's Read Aloud is Maddie's Fridge. The author is Lois Brandt. We actually have two illustrators for this book. One of the illustrators is Sheila Bailey, and the other illustrator is Vin Vogel. I hope you have a comfortable place to sit. You have both ears open, ready to practice those listening skills. Your eyes focus on the screen. And let's get started with reading today's Read Aloud, Maddie's Fridge. When Sophia and Maddie played at the park, they stretched their toes to the sky. They climbed to the top of the ladder and flew off the end of the slide. They stayed until the buildings grew long shadows and even the taxis stopped honking. Let's play on the climbing wall, Maddie said. No way, Sophia said. I can't reach. Yes way, Maddie scooted up to the top of the wall. Your turn. Sophia put a foot on the bottom rung, grabbed with one hand, and stretched, but she couldn't reach the next hold. Sophia's stomach growled. I give up. Let's get a snack. No way, Maddie said. Let's stay here. Yes way, Sophia ran to Maddie's building and raced up the stairs. Wait, Maddie ran after her. Maddie was the best climber, but Sophia was the fastest runner. Sophia swung open the door of Maddie's fridge. What have you got? We have milk, Maddie said. I'm saving it for Ryan. He's still little. Why doesn't your mom go to the store? Sophia asked. You don't have enough money. But what if you get hungry? We have some bread, Maddie said. I guess I'll go home to eat, Sophia said. Please don't tell anyone, Maddie said. Okay. Promise? I promise. Sophia ran home past the bookstore and grocery store. The sun went down behind the buildings and took all the colors with it. Good timing, Mom said. Dinner's almost ready. Luis was wrestling on the floor with Pepito. Sophia opened the refrigerator door. Pepito peeked inside. Sophia's fridge was full of milk and eggs and tortillas, and cheese and lettuce and jam, and salsa and tofu, and even half a can of dog food. Here you go, Mom said. Sophia and Louis each had a plate of fish and rice. Mom had a plate of fish and rice. Even Pepito had his own bowl of dog food with a little bit of fish and rice. Maddie and Ryan only had some bread and a small carton of milk. Sophia couldn't tell Mom. She had to keep her promise to Maddie. Not fish again, Louise said. I want cheesy pizza bombs. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said. Fish is a good source of protein. Is fish good for kids? Sophia asked. Yes, Mom smiled. Fish is perfect for kids. That night, Sophia had an idea. Yuck, Maddie said the next day. Oh, Sophia said, double yuck. Fish may be good for kids, but fish is not good for backpacks. After school, Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia got there first, but Maddie scrambled past her to the top of the wall. Sophia stretched and stretched. Keep trying, Maddie said. You'll get it. I can't. Sophia jumped down. It's too high. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom ate frittata. Pepito had his own dog food, a little bit of frittata. Maddie and Ryan still had an empty refrigerator. Sophia couldn't ask for help. That would break her promise. She had to try again. Are eggs good for kids? Sophia asked. Not as good as cheesy pizza bombs, Louise said. Cheesy pizza bombs are a treat, Mom said. Eggs are good for you. After dinner, Sophia packed eggs for Maddie and Ryan. So, scholars, in that last one that we saw with Sophia packing that fish for Maddie, and the fish ended up becoming really stinky and yucky because Sophia left it in her backpack the whole night. What do you think is going to happen to those eggs that now she's trying to take to Maddie? If she's going to, looks like she's putting them already in a bag. She'll probably put them in her backpack again. What do you think is going to happen to the eggs? What's your guess? I think the eggs are going to crack in her backpack. Let's find out. Yuck, Maddie said. Double yuck, Sophia said. Eggs may be good for kids, but eggs are not good for backpacks. Well, it kind of did happen. The eggs did kind of crack and left that smell of rotten eggs in her backpack. Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won again, but Maddie shot past her to the top of the wall. Sophia grabbed one hold, reached for the next, and came down with a thump. That happens sometimes, Maddie called. This is impossible, Sophia said. Keep trying, Maddie said. You'll get it. Now, Maddie is very supportive and encouraging. That night, Sophia, Luis, and Mom had burritos. Pepito had his dog food, a little bit of burrito and no salsa. Maddie and Ryan still had an empty fridge. Sophia wished she hadn't promised Maddie. Are burritos good for kids? Sophia asked. Burritos are very good for you, Mom said. Not as good as Louis started to say. You should pay attention to nutrition like your sister, Mom said. The next morning, Sophia put 2 burritos in her backpack along with tortillas, beans, cheese, and even some milk. That's very kind of Sophia to do for Maddie. But I think maybe the food's going to go bad in her backpack again. No thanks, Maddie said. You haven't even looked, Sophia said. Is it fish? Maddie asked. No. Is it eggs? No. Is it gross? I don't know, Sophia said. Maddie shook the backpack. Something slushed. Let's look together, Maddie said. 1, 2, 3, go! Burritos are good for kids, and good for backpacks too. You want some milk? Sophia asked. Thanks, Maddie said, but I'll save the milk for Ryan. Sophia and Maddie raced to the climbing wall. Sophia won as usual and tried to climb. You can do it, Maddie said. Take my hand. Woohoo! I made it to the top, Sophia shouted. We're the tallest kids in the park, Maddie said. Thanks for helping me, Maddie. I couldn't do it alone. Maddie shrugged. That's what friends are for. After they finished playing, Sophia walked home past the bookstore and the grocery store. Her own fridge was full of milk and juice and chicken and yogurt and bread and carrots and even half a can of dog food. She thought and thought and thought. Maddie's fridge only had 2 tortillas and a cup of beans, a bit of cheese, and a little more milk than before. like Maddie's actually has some more food in her fridge. Remember in the beginning, she only had milk? Now she has a few more items. So she has something to eat. Sophia didn't want to break her promise, but she couldn't help Maddie alone. Sophia told she hoped Maddie wouldn't be mad. I'm glad you told me, Mom said. Let's see what we can do together. They loaded grocery bags with milk, flour, chicken, carrots, sugar, oil, and even frozen meat and vegetables. Luis pulled his package of cheesy pizza bombs out the freezer. He thought and thought and thought some more. Then he put his cheesy pizza bombs in Maddie and Ryan's bag. For a treat, he said. At Maddie's apartment, the moms talked. Luis and Ryan played. Sophia and Maddie ran to the park. You broke your promise, Maddie said. I'm sorry, Sophia said. Are you mad? A promise is important, Maddie said. But you're more important, Sophia said. I wanted you to have milk too. Oh, that's super kind. Maddie smiled. Are we still friends? Sophia asked. Always, Maddie said. Double always, Sophia said. Cheesy pizza bombs, Luis yelled. Our moms made cheesy pizza bombs for a treat. Sophia and Maddie raced up the stairs. Sophia slowed down so they could run together. That's what friends are for. And that is the end of our read aloud. I'll actually read this ending part since the story was about, of course, a friend helping out another friend that didn't have enough food to eat at home. And this is stuff that does happen in our world. Some families are able to afford food, other families are not able to afford food, but it's very kind and thoughtful for people to share or help out other people that need help, especially with food. So let me read this out to all of you. So this first part says, do you have a friend or a classmate who never eats breakfast and doesn't bring food for a snack at school? Tell a parent or a trusted adult. Yeah, that's an awesome tip. That's an awesome thing that you can do as a friend. You can let somebody else know. So maybe you or someone else can provide some food for them so they can eat before school. When you have friends over to play, offer some fruit and a glass of milk. You can even make them cheesy pizza bombs. Go to maddiesfridge.com for the recipe. If you're interested about looking about those cheesy pizza bombs, you can stop the video and look at this website. You can have an adult come help you write down the website so you can check it out. But the message that it said here of you offering fruit or a glass of milk, I think that's a great idea as well. Because some people do come in hungry, right? So you showing kindness to them by offering them something to eat or drink is something that's really awesome that you can do. See, another thing here is make posters encouraging people to give food or money to your local food bank. Ask permission to put your posters up in grocery stores, libraries, schools, and businesses. Yeah, so this is definitely a way that people can help out other people who have empty refrigerators, right? That don't have enough groceries for them to eat. You can definitely talk to, adults in your household, or you can talk to your teachers when you're in school to see if this is something of a project that you want to do. Make some posters to let families know that there are places where they can go pick up free groceries, especially in the city that we live in. There are places where you can pick up free groceries to have food at home. Volunteer with family. Or volunteer with your family or class at a local food bank, pantry, shelter, community kitchen. So volunteering is If some of you haven't heard of that word, volunteer means you working at a place for free, but it's you definitely helping out people that really need help. And one of the things it's saying here is you can offer your free time to help out at places where they hand out food to people that are struggling to buy groceries. Because it's always great to help out, and especially if you have free time, definitely help out as much as you can as well. Ask your local food bank what foods they need, then organize a neighborhood or school food drive for those items. Your little brother or sister's wagon is perfect for collecting donated food. This is something, that we can do at school, actually, where we talk to both our teachers and talk to the principal as well to see if there are more ways that we can collect food there at our school and give it out to families that need those groceries. We already have that happening every Thursday at Drew, when school is open. But I think it would also be great to always have food available any day of the school week for families to have access for food. And the last point here is talk to your friends, teachers, and parents about ways to fight childhood hunger. The more we talk about empty refrigerators, the fewer there will be. Yeah, so it's always important to talk about that some kids don't have food in their refrigerators and they go hungry. And it's not fair for them to go hungry, right? So as long as we keep talking about it, but then also wanting to be kind and help out people that we know are struggling to eat, or even letting adults that you trust around you know about, like, hey, I have a friend that is having, that's always hungry, or that, they told me that they don't have enough food at home. You sharing that with someone that you trust, like an adult or a teacher, I think is the most kindest thing that you can do because you're going to help out that person and their family. So that is going to be the end of our read aloud today. Scholars, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's read aloud. Take care.